Coaching of the year is a big topic that is floating around the NFL and our Discord as of right now. Many people are saying, hey, Dan Campbell should be coach of the year. Hey, this person should be coach of the year. That person should be coach of the year. And Dan Campbell has the Detroit Lions fans and the world loving the Detroit Lions right now. He has them sitting at 10-1 on the season. Not only are they winning games, but they're doing it in record-breaking fashion. So when we look at head coaching of the year award, should Dan Campbell, guys, be the coach of the year? Many people are saying Dan Campbell should be coach of the year because of the 10-1 record. Many people are saying that he should be coach of the year because of what he has done with the Detroit Lions. And Dan Campbell has his team and the media and other people believing in him 100%. But at the same time, in that same breath, most people expected the Detroit Lions to be good this season. Most people expected the Detroit Lions to win the NFC North. Most people expected them to make the playoffs and make a deep run in the playoffs. I'm not trying to shy away that he's doing a great job. But when you are expected to be great, when you are expected to be there, I'm not sure if that warrants Coach of the Year award. Because in that same breath, Andy Reid should be Coach of the Year. In that same breath, other teams that were undefeated should be Coach of the Year, right? It's not all about record. It is all about expectations and how is your team living up to said expectations. There are some teams that are at the top of the standings this season that we did not to expect to be there. Let's just be honest. Minnesota Vikings being one of them. The Washington Commanders, Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks, Buffalo Bills. When we flash back to Man Hour back in June and July, Minnesota Vikings, I had them at 7 wins this season. I had them as a losing season. Washington Commanders had them at 6 wins, losing season. I had the Arizona Cardinals at one of the worst teams in the NFL. I had the Seahawks as a 500 team, and then the Buffalo Bills. I did have them winning the AFC East still, but most people in the media on Fox and ESPN and whoever else had them getting like third place in the AFC West. Everybody kind of counted them out this season. When you look at the Coach of the Year, guys, you have to look beyond the Detroit Lions. Dan Quinn is not going to get Coach of the Year because people expected them to be there. Now, Dan Quinn, 100% chance the Commanders. Dan Quinn has a 100% change of culture in Washington so far this season. Without Dan Quinn, they would not probably be where they're at. Let's just be honest. Kevin O'Connell gave the Minnesota Vikings a fighting chance this season. But can we give credit where credit is due? And that's Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon, guys, should be Coach of the Year. In his first 2 seasons for the Arizona Cardinals, he has been shit, right? He took over a 4-13 team in 2022. He repeated that success, 4-13 in his first season. But so far this season, he is first place in the NFC West at 6-5 record, making some noise. Because I think Jonathan Gannon deserves to be Coach of the Year, or Kevin O'Connell. I think it's a 2-horse race. Whoever finishes better is going to win that Coach of the Year. I do not think Dan Campbell is the Coach of the Year. I just don't. And it's not because he's not a great coach. It's not because he hasn't been doing great things with the Detroit Lions. It's the simple fact of the matter is they expected them to be there. When you're expected to be there and you don't do it, then you get criticized. But if you're expected to be there and you do it, like, congratulations, you were supposed to be here. You're pretty good. So what do you guys think? Who is the Coach of the Year? Should Dan Campbell get Coach of the Year? Ant says, another date is waiting for tonight to receive my shirt. It is in the mail, Ant. It is in the mail. I do a third-party service, so I'm bonded by them, but it should be there anytime. It was shipped, week ago or 2 weeks ago. John said the Raiders and Lions hate. I'm not hating. But John says hands down, coach of the year is Dan Campbell. I don't think so. I don't think so. Dan, no dams should Peyton look at what he's done. Forgot about Sean Payton, who had the Denver Broncos being successful this season at all. Sitting at 7-5. 6th seed in the AFC playoff race. 6th. Slow it down, right? WBN says between him and the Vikings coach should be coach of the year. No one expected the Vikings to be this good. Kevin O'Connell, yes. 5-game winning streak to start the season, 2-game losing streak, but turned it around, 4-game winning streak. With no money. It's got to be between, I forgot about Sean Payton. Sean Payton should be up there. Kevin O'Connell should be up there. Jonathan Gannon should be up there. Seattle coach was McDonald should be up there. Got to look beyond Dan Campbell, guys. Got to look beyond Dan Campbell. I'm just saying what it is.